Hey Diamonds, it's Jamequa Stevens and welcome to my channel. As you read by the title, no, it's not clickbait. This really happened. This was Thursday this week and today is Saturday. So this is one of the reasons why my uploading schedule was kind of knocked off on Thursday, because I was supposed to upload a video on Thursday and then upload another video on Friday. But this happened, y'all. This is gonna be a mukbang story time, my first mukbang, my first story time. My Lyft driver tried to kidnap me. I know it sounds like I'm exaggerating, but I'm not exaggerating at all. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into the details. I got some waffle fries, a chicken sandwich with pepper jack cheese. Y'all, sorry if I'm out of breath. I don't know. And I got a chocolate chip cookie, ketchup, Gatorade. First and foremost, hand sanitizer, because, baby, put some extra hand sanitizer on, because we don't want the cocoa. I think I put too much hand sanitizer on. Jesus. This whole incident happened on Thursday when I was coming from work, because I take the Lyft to go to work and come home until I get my car. And the thing is, everybody that I've been riding with has 5 points, 5 stars. 5 stars. Keep that in mind. So this happened on Thursday. It was a half a day. Usually I don't catch Lyft in the middle of the day. If you didn't know, I'm a substitute teacher. I requested a Lyft, and when the Lyft profile came up, it said 4.9 stars or 4.8. I don't know. But I was kind of a little sketch about that, because it's not that hard to get 5 stars on Lyft. And every Lyft driver that I've had has had 5 stars, and I never had a problem with anybody. I always tip my Lyft drivers because they get me home safely, get me to my destination safely. So I requested the Lyft. That's good. I requested the Lyft to go home. It was a half a day. I was going to go to another school, but the assignments that I was going to take wasn't showing up anymore. So I was like, okay, let me just go home. So I'm sitting here waiting for the Lyft, and they must be watching the game or something, because everybody's screaming. But anyway, ignore that if y'all hear that. And he got there to me. I say hello when I get in someone's car. I always say hello. He was like, hello. And then I sat down in the car, and did I remind you, let me use this as an example. This was his phone, right? And the GPS was telling him where to go. The GPS was clearly working. This is him with his phone, checking it. Wasn't even looking at a screen, was just checking it, going like this. And then he asked me, he was like, what area do you stay in? And I was like, what are you talking about? The GPS tells you where I need to go. And then he said, I know, but what area do you live in? I was like, how the heck am I supposed to answer this question? This is making me feel very uncomfortable. But I was like, you know what? Don't even answer the question. Just keep going. Let him take you where you need to go. Then, as we were pulling off from the school, as we're pulling off out of the school, out of the drive, like the entrance, he proceeds to tell me, oh, my GPS is not working. Now, I remind you, during this time while he's telling me my GPS isn't working, the GPS is telling him where to go. The lady on the GPS is like, turn left on such and such street. Turn left on such and such street. She's talking about, oh, my GPS isn't working. My GPS isn't working. So, y'all, at this point, I had to think of something real fast. I had to figure out, okay, should I sit here and risk getting on the highway, getting on I-4. If you're in Orlando, you know what I-4 is. Getting on I-4 and then him telling me, oh, I don't know where I'm at. I don't know where to go. My GPS isn't working. And him turning into random exits, random streets. Like, listen, all this went through my head. I was like, do I really want to stay in this car and have to deal with that? Because I just want to go home. I done had a long day teaching, you know, and I just want to go home. So I'm like, okay, what can I do to get out of the car? And in my mind, I'm like, I need to stay calm because I don't want him to think, oh, she's scared now. She's catching on to what I'm doing. Because first of all, you ain't supposed to ask me what area I stay in. That's first inappropriate. 2, it made me feel uncomfortable. 3, I answered you and my answer wasn't good enough. And you telling me I know, but what area you stay in? Listen here. I had to be quick. I had to think of something. So I told him, oh snap, can I go back? I forgot to return the keys to the school. I had to come up with something real good. I told him I forgot to return the keys to the school. I gotta go back and return it. And he was like, all right, I'll take you back. So he did that U-turn. I was like, okay, just stay calm until you get out of the car. We was pulling back into the entrance. We literally, at that time, we had went out the entrance and made a left because the GPS was telling him to turn left when he was talking about he didn't know where he was going. So he turned left, and then we made it midway down the street, and then I said, oh, I forgot something. The keys, I have to turn the keys back in, and then he went into someone's parking space and then turned around and went back in the entrance. So I was like, okay, just be calm until you get out of the car. Just be calm until you get out of the car. And another detail, when he drove off, the door is locked. I know you're probably thinking, okay, a lot of doors have automatic locks when you start driving, but his car didn't. Because when we got to the school and he parked, he manually hit the unlock button. I'll tell y'all, when he hit that manual unlock button, I got out so fast and I ran towards the school. I hit the little buzzer and the lady in the office was like, hello. I was like, yes. I was a sub here. Like, she probably saw my face because I was all frantic and stuff. My heart was beating fast. Like, when I got out of the car, my heart was beating so fast. And I know that's my intuition, my discernment trying to tell me it's fight or flight. And you need to get the heck up out of this car. So when I got out of the car, my heart was beating fast. I could feel my heartbeat in my throat. My heart was beating fast because he made me feel so uncomfortable. So when he turned around and I opened the doors, I ran to the school, buzzed in, and I was like, yes, I just subbed here today. And in midway in my sentence, the lady let me in because she saw how crazy I was looking. And I told her the story. I was like, yes, I just got into a Lyft car. And she was like, well, do you want me to get the deputy for the school? So she called the deputy of the school. And when he got there, I explained everything to him. And he was like, well, you did the right thing. Because if anybody is trying to make you feel uncomfortable in any type of way, you should get out of the car. So he was like, you did the right thing. And he was like, do you want me to tell him to leave? Because for some reason in Lyft, when the Lyft driver comes and picks you up and accepts the ride, you can't cancel. So this whole time I'm explaining the story to her and I'm explaining the story to the deputy. He's still outside sitting. So the deputy asked me, do you want me to Now, remind you, it took about 2-3 minutes for the deputy to get to the front office because he was walking around the school. So, the man is still outside now. My Lyft driver. The deputy asked, do you want me to tell him to leave? I was like, yes, please. And he was like, okay, I got you. So, the deputy went outside. He took about a minute or two. And then he came back in. Y'all, tell me why the deputy was saying, well, he doesn't speak really good English. Now, remind you, when I got in the car, he said in perfect English, what area do you stay in? It's kind of funny that when the police get involved, you want to act like you don't speak no English. See, that's the type of stuff that I'm talking about. And then the police officer, deputy of the school, was like, what he was saying didn't even make sense. He was trying to say that he likes to be ahead of his GPS, so he knows where to go. Just follow the GPS. So, and he was like, you understand that didn't make any sense. And I was like, yeah, that's what I was trying to say. I was like, I got in a car and he was asking me what area I stayed in. And the GPS was telling him exactly where I was going. So when he asked me that question again, I'm like, well, what answer do you want? Like, what area I stay in? Like, you see it on the GPS. But he wanted to act like, oh, my GPS isn't working. Literally, the lady was saying, turn left on such and such street. Turn left. I'm like, I ain't got time for this. So I was like, well, thank you. Thank you for telling him to go because that was horrible. So I decided to call my friend and ask him what time he get off because he works at a school too. And he was like, I'm about to go on my lunch break. I can get you then, but you'll have to wait a little bit. And I was like, that's fine. I'm in the front office. And then he called me back and was like, well, our other friend is out and she's closer to you. She's just running errands. It might take a little time for her to get to you, but she said she'd come pick you up. So I had to wait a little minute, but she came and picked me up. And then I messaged, while I was waiting on my friend to come pick me up, I messaged like my family group. We got a group chat, and I was telling them what happened. I even took a screenshot of his profile because they charged me about $760 something for that ride because I couldn't cancel it. So they charged me for it, but I took a picture. I shared that picture with the group chat and was like, y'all, I just had a horrible experience with my Lyft driver. And we were just talking about it. And it was like, you need to stay protected at all times. So in this video, I'm going to do a little plug. Y'all, I do stay protected, okay? But that day, he had me slipping. He caught me slipping. My phone was going dead too, so I was trying to hurry up and get home. Y'all, I would have been in bad shape. So I want to do a little plug. This is by Sebring Safety. This is pepper spray. You always want to have some stuff with you to protect you. I'm riding in Lyft rides, so I have to protect myself. So this is pepper spray, maximum strength. Listen, if you spray this in somebody's eyes, they ain't gonna be able to see. It ain't no wiping it off. And no, this is extreme. This is the max. I also have a video explaining in detail the pepper spray and the stun gun. So I'll leave a card on the screen, either right here or here. And then I also have a stun gun, and it looks like this. This is maximum strength as well. So if you shock somebody with this, yeah, and it has a light. I like the stun gun because you can use it at a distance. It has a light bulb. It has a light in it, so you can shine it in the person's face and get away. Or if they get close, you can actually use it. But you can only use this when you're close up to the person. So a certain amount of feet away from them. I wanted to make sure that I inform y'all, educate y'all on how to protect yourself, defend yourselves. I have taken Lyft since that day, and every Lyft driver that I've had has had 5 stars. If they don't have 5 stars, I cancel the ride. Okay, I don't play. I'm not playing. 5 stars, nothing less. Because when you start getting the 4.8, 4.7 stars, they be acting real funny. That was my little mukbang story time on how my Lyft driver tried to kidnap me. Y'all, if I would have stayed in the car, y'all probably wouldn't have gotten this video, and that's the God honest truth. But I'm just glad. I am so grateful and thankful that I was able to get out safely. I was smart on my feet. I was thinking fast, and it was like fight or flight, and I was about to flight, you know. I had to get up out of there because he tried to take me. All I wanted to do was go home. I almost didn't make it. So that was my story time mukbang on how my Lyft driver tried to kidnap me. If you want more story times like this, probably not like this, but if you want more story times in general, just let me know. Again, I'm uploading every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. I hope I'm not forgetting anything. I feel like I am. But yeah, I made it home safely, obviously. The stun gun and the pepper spray will be linked in the description box below if you're interested in getting one of those. They're very affordable. They're on Amazon. So yeah, and I'll talk to you loves later. Bye.